Louise Reyes reveals reason for breakup with showbiz ex-boyfriend. Louise Reyes on past relationship with showbiz ex-boyfriend. I was thinking that it was worth it. In the press conference of the new movie of Viva Films, Until One starred by Louise Reyes and Xian Lim, talked about complicated relationships. Based on the story of the movie, no matter how much you love someone, it also comes to the point that you will also be able to see when the relationship is too complicated. According to Louise, this is a personal experience he has experienced. He said, "Personally, yes, I have been with him. But, I'm not speaking to everyone with a complicated situation. With that relationship, you will not blame the person or you will not judge if you do not know what he really is feeling. For me, during that time, I thought it was worth it. I think he's going to be there. At the same time, it seems that he is not really going to go and self-destruction is really ending him. Because of this, Louise believes that she really depends on her feelings and whatsoever of any decision about the relationship." He said, "To me, it depends. One day, I also realized, as if somebody likes to love, one day let's realize it too. Maybe about 70% I self-destruct. I just realized I could not. I know that there's a much better person for me out there." Not ALJUR, Louise was interviewed by PPPH, Philippine entertainment portal, during the press con of Hanggang Kailan noong Enero 17 sa Larive Events Place sa Sergeant Esquerra Ave, Quezon City. While Louise speaks, some entertainment press alleged that her referring relationship to her story was the relationship she had with Alger Brenica. But when we talked to Louise after the open forum, she denied it and said Alger was not talking about her. He laughed at the answer, "Yes, yes," to our question whether it was an ex-boyfriend that he was talking about. "I do not know, when it's in the band really, complicated, As you can see, the last associated with Louise is Champ Louis Pio, a guitarist and vocalist of Hail. Complicated no-label relationship. One factor is why the relationship has become more complicated than ever before, the label's lack of relevance. According to this, I think, it's also complicated because you do not know your label with one another. You do not know what to call you whether you're a girlfriend or you're dating. I think, we cross borders that are no longer wild, nothing more. Just like you came to a point, okay, we love each other. At the same time, I also agree that when it's complicated, go away." But I gave her hope, of course, lady. So, I gave hope that relationship might make him one day and I can introduce him as my boyfriend. But then again, it became complicated that we have issues ourselves with ourselves that we cannot solve together. It also includes other priorities. He admitted, yes, he has a priority. And it hurts a person that he's your priority, but you're not his priority. Current BF, thankfully, they have nothing to do with her current non-showbiz boyfriend. He said, he's a businessman. He has 2 businesses and just sideline his DJ so he can do it. They are also planning a boyfriend for the upcoming Valentine's Day. According to Louise, we both love to roam and go to the beach. We might go ahead. First time in Japan, since the movie Until Time, he has arrived in Japan for the first time. He's a happy story, it's actually my first time in Japan so it's also a really memorable movie for me. Opened opportunities. There's so much realization in myself. Also, the amount I learn with Xian and Derek, with all of us, is the amount. Then, we have a scene that you have to watch. Their trip to Japan is the Saga, a city on the island of Kyushu. It is one of the most visited places of the tourists. According to Louise, because, when I go to another country, I prefer areas where people are not. He's not seen in postcards or in Instagram by any vloggers. Young Sagakasi, to be the province. So he was silent, so clean, cold. First time in Japan, I'm really amazed. On February 6th, it will show up to date.